relying on thousands of microscopic hair cells to convert sound into electricity. But when these cells fail, the world falls silent. Today, we visualize the medical breakthrough that bypasses biology to restore sound, the cochlear implant. To understand the solution, we must look inside the inner ear, or cochlea. In a healthy ear, this spiral-shaped organ is lined with tiny hair cells that dance in response to sound fluid. But in severe hearing loss, these delicate structures are flattened and destroyed, unable to generate any signal. The consequence is a broken circuit. Sound waves enter the ear, but the connection to the auditory nerve is dead. The nerve fibers themselves are often healthy and waiting for a signal, but without the hair cells to act as a switch, the message never reaches the brain. Before surgery, advanced imaging is crucial. An MRI scan maps the fluid-filled spaces of the cochlea, ensuring the delicate spiral is open and not blocked by bone growth. It also traces the path of the facial nerve, a vital structure the surgeon must safely navigate around. The procedure begins behind the ear. The area is shaved and sterilized, and a precise incision line is marked. This approach allows the surgeon to access the mastoid bone without disturbing the ear canal or the eardrum. A curved incision is made, and the skin and muscle layers are gently lifted. This creates a pocket for the device and exposes the surface of the mastoid bone, the hard, honeycomb-like structure that protects the inner ear. Using a high-speed surgical drill, the surgeon carefully carves into the mastoid bone. This is a process of millimeter precision. The goal is to remove the air cells and create a cavity that leads directly to the middle ear space. Deep inside this cavity lies a critical danger zone. The surgeon must identify the facial nerve, which controls facial expression. Using the drill, they thin the bone to create a tiny tunnel called the facial recess, passing safely between the nerve and the chorda tympani. Looking through this tiny keyhole tunnel, the target comes into view. We can see the promontory of the cochlea and the round window niche. This is the natural doorway into the inner ear spiral. Back on the surface of the skull, a shallow bed is drilled into the bone. This recessed seat is shaped perfectly to hold the main body of the implant, ensuring it sits flat and low profile against the head so it won't be visible under the skin. The internal receiver stimulator is placed into this bed. It is secured tightly with sutures or small screws. This device is the powerhouse that will receive signals from the outside world and convert them into electrical pulses. Now the microscopic work begins. The surgeon gently opens the round window membrane or drills a tiny pinhole next to it. This reveals the fluid-filled chamber of the scala tympani, the tunnel that spirals deep into the hearing nerve. The electrode array, a wire thinner than a human hair, is carefully guided through the facial recess. With a steady hand, the tip is introduced into the opening of the cochlea. Inside the fluid, the electrode glides forward. It is designed to be soft and flexible, curling gently around the spiral center of the cochlea. Its platinum contacts are now positioned right next to the auditory nerve fibers, replacing the job of the dead hair cells. To prevent fluid leakage, the entry point is sealed. A tiny plug of muscle or tissue is packed around the wire at the round window. This makes the inner ear watertight again and secures the electrode in place. The excess wire is coiled neatly in the mastoid cavity to allow for movement. The skin flap is brought back down and sutured closed. Externally, the implant is completely invisible, hidden safely beneath the scalp. After a few weeks of healing, the swelling subsides and the device is integrated. The external sound processor is placed on the hair. A magnet locks it into alignment with the internal implant, establishing the wireless link. Then comes activation. The external processor captures sound and transmits it through the skin. Inside the cochlea, the electrode contacts fire rhythmic electrical pulses. These sparks jump across the gap, stimulating the sleeping auditory nerve fibers and sending the first clear signals to the brain. For the patient, silence is replaced by sensation. The brain learns to interpret these new electrical patterns as speech, music, and environmental noise, restoring the vital connection to the world of sound. From a world of silence to the spark of hearing, cochlear implant surgery represents the ultimate merger of biology and technology. Thank you for watching this visualization.